Are you one of those people who's really working hard but actually not able to see progress and growth? Today, what I'm going to share with you is a very powerful lesson that I have learned the hard way through my corporate career. In a nutshell, it's about visibility plus perception. How this combination actually helps you progress in life is the topic of our conversation today. And as I ride on the bike, I'm going to share this extremely important lesson or life lesson or corporate lesson, which a lot of people miss. So, without further ado, let's get on the bike and ride and talk more about it. Stay till the end of the video. Trust me, it is going to help you make exponential progress in your corporate life. And the example that I'm going to quote today is from a corporate life, but I think it'll be an eye-opening example for everybody who's going to watch the video. So stay with me. Let's ride and talk. So let me tell you about two employees who taught me one of the most frustrating and most important lessons about career success. Now, they both worked incredibly hard. They both delivered excellent results. I mean, I'm not a big fan of staying late, but actually they worked really hard and went and above and beyond and were genuinely talented. But eventually only one of them got promoted, and that is the story. And the reason why one of them got promoted will probably make you angry. It made me angry also, but once you understand it, it'll change how you approach your career forever. So this story takes place at a financial services industry, but it could happen anywhere, maybe in a tech company, a consulting firm, a marketing agency, or anywhere with ambitious people trying to climb the corporate ladder. Okay, there are two employees. Let's call them, for sake of ease, Sarah and Mike. Both are analysts on trading desk. Both report to the same senior manager, and let's call him David. Okay, Sarah, Mike, reporting to David. Sarah is brilliant. I mean, genuinely excellent at her job. She comes in early, leaves late, produces insightful analysis, catches errors that others miss, and consistently delivers very high quality work. Her work actually speaks for herself. She thinks if she just does excellent work, recognition will follow naturally, right? All of us, most of us would think. Now, on the other hand, Mike is also good at his job, but not quite as brilliant as Sarah. Maybe a little less, but solid. He's reliable, he's competent. He produces good work, meets his deadlines, and gets the job done. And that's where it ends, okay? But here is where they differ. Now, what Mike does is sends an email every single day, and he sends this email to his boss, David. Every evening around 6 p.m., end of day, Mike sends his boss, David, an email. The subject line is the same all the time, daily update. And the email is very simple. It reads something like this. It says, listen to me carefully, okay? Hi David, quick update on today's progress, and bullets them. First, completed analysis on the XYZ portfolio rebalancing, full stop. Identified 3 optimization opportunities that could improve returns by 2.3%. The report is attached for your review. Reviewed the quarterly risk assessment, found 2 potential issues in the derivatives exposure. Flag for tomorrow's team meeting. We'll discuss further. And then next is responded to client inquiry about market volatility. They were satisfied with the explanation and staying the course with their investment. With their investment strategy. The last point, tomorrow we will finalize the presentation for Thursday's board meeting. Begin preliminary work on the new hedge fund analysis. Okay? He concludes by saying, let me know if you need anything else. Best regards, Mike. That's it. Nothing fancy. Just a clear, concise summary of what he did today and what he's going to do tomorrow. It takes him about 5 minutes to write this email. That's all it takes. He does this every single day without fail, rain or shine, busy day or slow day, Monday through Friday, like clockwork. He made this a practice to do this. Sarah, on the other hand, sends nothing. She just works. Head down, focus producing excellent results. She figures David knows she's doing good work. So her view is, why bother him with emails? Anyways, he gets a lot of emails. And she feels the results speak for themselves, right? And we all would also probably support saying that, yeah, the results speak for themselves, so why should she brag about? Now let's think about what the boss, which is David, thinks about these two individuals. He's a senior manager. He's got 10 or 12 people reporting to him. He's extremely busy. He's in back-to-back meetings all the day. Very difficult to catch up people face to face. He's dealing with senior leadership. He's dealing with client crisis, strategic planning, team issues, etc. And he's busy. Overwhelmed, actually, if you ask me. So when he thinks about Sarah, he knows she's really good because he's hired her. So he knows her really well. He knows she's smart, but what exactly has she been working on this week? Now that's a big question mark for him. He's not entirely sure as to what she's doing. He assumes she's busy, he assumes things are going well, but he doesn't actually know the details. So when he thinks about Mike, he has a completely different picture. He knows exactly what Mike is doing or what is working on. He knows Mike is completed the XYZ analysis. He knows Mike caught those assessments, risk assessment issues. He knows Mike handled that client situation. He knows what Mike is doing today and what he's going to do tomorrow. See, Mike's work is visible. Sarah's work is invisible. Now here is the critical question. Is Mike's work actually better than Sarah's? Probably not. I mean, you and me know, reading this, that probably not. Sarah might be even doing more impressive work. But David doesn't fully see that because Sarah never told him. Can you see that? 6 months later, a senior analyst position opens up. It's a promotion which has more responsibility, better pay, a step up the ladder, etc., etc. Both Sarah and Mike are qualified. Both have done good work. David has to choose one of them, obviously. And who do you think he chose? He chooses Mike. So when the human resource department asked David why he chose Mike over Sarah, his reasoning is clear. He says, Mike has consistently demonstrated strong communication skills and project management abilities. I always know what he's working on, what challenges he is facing, and what results he's delivering. He's proactive about keeping me informed. He's shown leadership qualities like taking ownership of his work and making sure that the stakeholders are updated. And he's ready for more responsibility. That's what David says to HR. And when asked about Sarah, David says, Sarah is good at her work, but I don't have much visibility into her day-to-day work. I trust she's working hard, but I can't speak in detail about her recent accomplishments. She's solid, but I need to see more evidence of her leadership, her communication skills before I think of promoting her to a senior role. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah is devastated. She worked harder than Mike. She produced better results than Mike. She stayed late and dug deeper than Mike. And yet, Mike got the promotion. Is this fair? That's a question in your mind, right? Honestly, it deeply feels unfair, but is it irrational? Now, that is where it gets complicated. So, let me explain the uncomfortable truth about workplace visibility. We all have been through it. I've been through it. I've learned the law hard way. First, your boss cannot read your mind. They cannot see everything that you're doing. They're busy, distracted, and probably managing multiple people and multiple issues. Unless you tell them what you're accomplishing, they are actually operating on assumptions and incomplete information. Second, communication is part of the job, or part of any job if you ask. Mike's daily emails aren't just self-promotion. They're actually providing value to his boss. David can make better decisions because he knows what Mike is working on. He can redirect Mike if needed. He can spot opportunities or problems early. Mike's emails make David's job more easier. Can you see? Can you see that advantage? Third, visibility is a form of leadership. When you communicate your work clearly and proactively, you're demonstrating that you understand the bigger picture, showing that you can manage upward, keep stakeholders informed, and take ownership of your project. Now, these are the leadership skills, guys. Okay? The fourth, and here is the hard truth, the one Sarah learned too late. Good work that nobody knows about is invisible work. And invisible work doesn't get rewarded, that you and me know. It's not enough to do great work, guys and girls. You have to make sure that the right people know that you're doing a great work. Can you see that? Can you see that point? Now, I'm not saying you should be shameless and, a self-promoter. I'm not saying you should take credit for things you didn't do. Now, that's absolutely rubbish. I'm not saying you should spam your boss with unnecessary emails. There's a huge difference between, obnoxious self-promotion and strategic visibility. So what's the lesson here? What do you think Sarah should be doing differently? I think you might say she should have just sent the damn email. Not because she's bragging, but because communication is part of professional excellence. There's no two ways about it, no doubt in it. Here is what the strategic visibility looks like. One, regular updates to your manager. It doesn't have to be daily like Mike. That may probably be an overkill in some environments. But weekly? Sounds good. Absolutely fine. A simple end of week summary. Here is what I accomplished this week. Here is what I am working on next week. Here are any blockers or questions I have. 2, document your wins. As when you complete a significant project, send a brief email highlighting the outcome. Not look how great I am, but project X is complete. Here are the results and here are the impact. That's it. 3, speak up in meetings. When you have insights, share them. When you accomplish something which is relevant to the discussion, mention it naturally. Don't hide your contributions, guys and girls. 4, make your boss's job easier. Mike's email helped David track team progress, spot issues early, and report upward to his own boss. Now that's absolutely valuable. Now that's not sucking up, okay? That's just being professional. 5, advocate for yourself during reviews. Don't assume your boss remembers everything you did in the past 1 year or so. Come prepared with specific examples of your contributions, their impact, and growth. Because here is the thing, guys. Nobody is going to advocate for your career as hard as you will do for yourself. Nobody is going to track your accomplishments as carefully as you should. Nobody is going to make sure you're recognized except for yourself. Hard truths, but you got to face it. Now, there are workplaces where this advice gets weaponized, where people spend more time talking about work than doing it itself, where self-promoters get ahead even when their actual output is weak, where visibility matters more than substance. Yeah, it happens everywhere, guys, and that's real. And it can be very frustrating. But here is one thing. The solution is not to do great work in silence and hope someone just notices. And I mean, to be honest, that's career suicide. The solution is to do great work and communicate it effectively. That's the trick. Be like Sarah in your work ethic and quality, and be like Mike in your communication. Now that combination is unstoppable and lethal. Don't choose between substance and visibility. Have both. Don't choose between doing great work and talking about it. Do both. Don't choose between being talented and being strategic about your career. Be both. Because in the real world, the person who does great work in silence loses to the person who does good work and communicates it well. Every time, everywhere. I know this advice is harder for some people than others. See, if you are introverted, self-promotion feels uncomfortable, and I get it. If you're raised to believe good work speaks for itself, what I'm suggesting feels like you're selling out. If you're from a culture that values humility, talking about achievement feels wrong. I get all that, and I'm with you on it. This isn't easy advice to follow, especially if it goes against your natural personality or value. But let me reframe it. You're not bragging. You're informing. You're giving your boss the information they need to advocate for you. You're helping them understand your impact so they can make fair decisions. You're documenting your contributions so there's a clear record when opportunities arise. Think of it this way. When a great product launches, nobody knows about it. Now, is it that product's fault or the marketing team's fault? Your work is a product. Your communication is marketing, and both matter. If you don't market your own work, nobody else will. So here is what I want you to do. If you're currently working hard but staying quiet about it, send your boss a weekly update email. Just a simple summary. What you accomplished, what you're working on, any challenges or wins that are worth mentioning. It will feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel like you're bothering them or showing off, but actually you're not. You're actually being professional. Get it, guys? You're being professional. You're providing valuable information. You're making their job easier. I don't know why is it so difficult for people to see this brilliant advantage. And 6 months from now, when that promotion opportunity comes up, your boss won't have to guess about your contributions. They won't have to operate on vague assumptions. They have a clear, detailed picture of your impact, which is so important. Because the tragic truth is this: Sarah probably deserved the promotion. You and me know that. She might have even been better qualified than Mike. But Mike got it because Mike made sure David knew what he was contributing. Don't be Sarah. Don't do invisible work. Do great work. I'm sure you're getting the drift. So all that I'm going to say, send that damn email. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope today's ride has been educational and I have been able to add some value for every one of you who's working in a corporate career. On that note, I'm going to bring this vlog to an end. Please do take good care of yourselves and if possible, someone else too. On that note, see you next week. Bye for now.